All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. This is our Tuesday night training. Listen, I for some reason I thought it might have been Thursday night. It's just going so fast because I'm having so much fun putting this opportunity in front of so many people. Now, my co-host tonight from Los Angeles, California, Mr. Fernando Ramirez, is going to be slightly, well, he'll be joining us later. He's in the process of closing someone out for this information right now. So, guys, we're excited. Fernando, way to go, my friend. It's good to see you. You locked
Yeah,
another
I
one in.
gotta I gotta wrap up right before the training. I says we gotta really hustle this.
I'm so proud of you, my friend. I'm so proud of you. You and I didn't get a chance. Well, we talked earlier today, but briefly, I wanted to ask you for a favor tonight. Before
Sure.
we get into our training, I want to have a
Yeah.
conversation with our audience as it relates to this platform, how things are going. Because I'm seeing a lot of activity in my group. I'm seeing people reactivate just to get a piece of the precious metals. I've got a good
Yes,
friend of
sir.
mine who calls me every day. He was on the platform last night with Brian House, and he's intrigued, so intrigued by this whole precious metals concept. Why is he so intrigued? Because it's never happened before, and we're the only people in the country that can give you access. So he says, "Do I have to become a member to get access?" Absolutely, you do. Membership has its privileges. I couldn't even put my mother in the program without a membership, and that's the beauty of it. But I said, look at the trade-off. One, you get access to all of the services with that 149.97 per month. You got your own CPA now, financial planner, enrolled agent, credit restoration, debt elimination. The list is long of all the things that you have access to, all designed to put money back into your pocket. So don't give me this excuse about you don't have money to spend. You don't have $58 right now that you can go buy 1 ounce of silver. Because here's the play. If we don't get this done, at least 1 ounce by the end of this month, then you still can play the game, but it's just going to cost you more. If they
Gotcha.
raise the minimum back up to 50 ounces on today's market with the price of silver, that's going to be a little bit over $3,000. So now we're back where we started. This door
Yeah.
was open to give all of us an opportunity to get involved. I'm talking about 1 ounce of silver to get the ball rolling. And immediately, once you purchase that 1 ounce of silver, you have an opportunity to see the potential income that it's going to bring you in real time. So when I bought
Exactly.
my first few ounces, Fernando, I saw these numbers after I signed the contract, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be making this per month. Automatically in my head, I started calculating how many more times do I need to do this to get this thing up to five, six, seven, eight, nine, $10,000 a month. And honestly, for me, you add my MWR income as a two-star regional and get me $5,000. Matter of fact, $4,000 a month in silver. I'll be the happiest guy in the world. Game over. But everybody's threshold is different as to what you need. And I jumped into this program 8 years ago, nearly 9 years ago now, for the simple fact that I saw a way out. I saw a way out of the 9 to 5. I saw a way out of the struggle, the paycheck to paycheck living, paid on Friday, broke on Monday, and I saw this opportunity and I ran with it. Took advantage of all the services. It turned my life around. And then I started sharing my story with other people who wanted the same thing to happen to them. They got plugged in. And all of a sudden, within 2 years, my business exploded to the point where I was able to walk away from a $65,000 a year job to do this full time. So this is real. And I'm encouraging our audience, whether you're on FRBE or Kingdom Builders, it doesn't matter what team or whose team you're on. Get your silver purchase before the end of the month. Do 1 ounce. If that's the way, listen, I say get in where you fit in. If that's where you start or have to start, then you start there. But you're in the game and you're grandfathered in. So all the other thing, and by the way, according to my good friend out of Greeley, Colorado, Randy Christensen, silver went up. I think it's about $61 an ounce now. So, Fernando,
Oh,
we just made more money. And I always tell people this
exactly.
story. Uh, a guy asked me today, "How you doing?" I said, "You won't believe what happened to me last night while I was sleeping." He was like, "What happened?" I made money. I made money while I was sleeping, man. So that's the beautiful part about it. I've never had I've had residual income, but this is passive income, Fernando, whether you get out
Yeah,
of bed or not. See, now I have my money working for me. And here's the best part about
exactly.
what we're doing. This money ain't like that fragile dollar bill that's in your hand that's probably worth about 30 cents right now. This is real money. This is God's money, precious metals. Listen, guys, we're in the game now, and you've got to take full advantage of this. If you're serious about winning in your financial life, This is truly an opportunity worth looking at. We provide you with everything you need to succeed. We've got a platform 6 days a week. We're putting this thing out there. Fernando has made an incredible commitment, along with his wife, Martha, as well as myself and many other leaders, Eric Wilner, Randy Christian, the list is long. We're willing to show up every single day for as long as it takes until everybody on this platform wins. Now, I'll say this. If you're not winning right now, honestly, I've got to ask if you really want to win, because they
Exactly.
made it so easy. And so
Yeah.
that people say, well, I need funnels, I need AI, I need all these marketing tools to help me get in front of people. No, you don't. I just left the
Mm.
grocery store before coming home and talked with the cashier. Got an appointment with her tomorrow, her and her husband,
Mm.
want to take a look at what we're doing. I was at the gas station earlier today. I talked with the lady inside the store, and I never pay at the pump, right? A lot of people I know pay at the pump. When I was married, my wife always wanted to pay at the pump. She didn't want to deal with the people.
Mm.
And that when she wrote, if I was driving, we were going to pay at the pump because I want to interact with somebody. I want to shake a man's hand. I want to look him in the eye. And I asked that famous question, how's your day going? Most of the time, they'll say, oh man, it ain't going too good. I'm here and I'm stuck here until 5 o'clock or whatever. And I said, how about if I can make your day better and provide you with something that could get you out of this mess and you don't have to keep doing this? People are open to the idea. It's yes or no. And if you're going to say
That's it.
no, I want you to hurry up and do it so I can get on to the next person. You got your feelings in it. You get your feelings hurt when somebody tells you no. Then all of a sudden you don't believe in it. I had somebody say to me, well, I don't know if it's real. I don't believe if it's real and all that kind of. I said, listen, sir, I don't know you well, but I don't want to know you any further. You get away from me because you are not going to pour that negativism into my life and drain me and bring me down. Matter of fact, give me my business card back because I don't even want you to call me. Seriously, you live that miserable life you live in and let me go ahead and chase my dream because I know this thing is real. Guys, we got to be
Exactly.
serious about where we are. So I asked the guy asked me today how old I was. And I'm 63, right? So I ain't working to try to get to 65 to get some sort of peanuts and Social Security and and all that kind of stuff, right? So I've been an entrepreneur most of my life. So I've got these investment accounts, which is going to carry me through and going to help me. But at the end of the day, my money has to outlive me if it's all about leaving a legacy, right? So I've got to position myself to do this. But the best part about what we're doing, we're having fun doing this. I'm meeting new people. I'm introducing this concept. I'm the only guy in my town that can say, I can get you hooked on silver, and that silver can get you a passive income. Nobody else is doing it. And I've been collecting silver for years before MWR. But Fernando, all it's done is sit. Yes, it's grown in value. So I'm taking advantage of the appreciation. But never, never in the history of this country has anybody put together a platform like this, which is going to give you and me the opportunity to play the precious metals game on a very high level. David Wren calls us ratio players. I mean, to be able to get a return on those silver holdings, I've got my own personal lockbox, if you will, at the depository in Arlington, Texas. If I want to go visit with my silver and say hello, I have the ability to do that. And that
Exactly.
is what this is all about, man. But this is passive income at its
Yep.
best. Imagine
Mm.
what happens when you get 10, 20, 30 people locked into this thing and they see what you see and they go out and get 10, 20, 30 people. I'm telling you, folks, you're setting yourself up to win and win big. So as my silver's growing, as I continue to make purchases, and I'm doing it every single week, right? And what does that look like 5 years from today? If I continue to
Exactly.
make these purchases every week and put myself in a position to win, but at the same time, I'm building and growing my MWR business. I mean,
That's right.
Fernando, 12 people on your team pays you $20 a day, $600 a
Yep.
month. And I mean, 36 people pays you $50 a day, $1,500 a month. As
Yep.
Eric Wilner always says, that is more than the average Social Security check that people are receiving after committing 30 or 40 years of their life. We got a chance to win, guys, and I suggest we go ahead and do this. And we finish this up. Tomorrow night, MWR launches this Wednesday night platform. You're going to hear from a lot of leaders. For some crazy reason, they've asked me to go first. And I was like, no, let somebody else go first. Let Charles go first. But that's okay. I'm willing to go out there. I'm willing to jump in and let others follow. It doesn't matter. I'm all in, man. I'm more excited now than I ever have been, even 8 years ago when I saw this opportunity. We've got a real shot at winning, Fernando, and I'm excited
Yes,
about
my
it.
friend. Well, Dr. G.W. Parker, I mean, you get me excited with your conversation. You know how simple it is to be able to have a conversation of something that is unheard of. Most people are not aware of it, so we're the first ones to market. And when we have that opportunity, it's like Coca-Cola, right? Eventually, maybe there's going to be copycats out there in the future, but we're going to be way ahead because we are the first to market. This brings me back to the days of this cryptocurrency, right? Which was Bitcoin. Bitcoin started years ago. Everybody laughed at it, right? But it was the first to market. That's why it's the biggest. Now we got precious metals with rental agreement contracts. We are the first to market. I mean, everybody, has metals. I got metals. We got metals set aside. My metals were collecting dust. Yes, they were appreciating in value, but they were not rendering that rental agreement. And that's what makes us different. And that's why right now, anybody that is here tonight, $58, $57, wherever the case may be, at least break the ice with 1 ounce. And Dr. G.W. Parker, as I was saying yesterday, I was talking to my wife yesterday, Martha, and I said, listen, why is it so hard for people to see a benefit where they see a benefit in something that depreciates, like paying an automobile for
Yeah,
5 years, even
right.
6 years,
Yeah,
is a depreciating asset, but people like to pay for a car, even if they don't have money. They like to drive a nice car. I mean, I've made those mistakes in the past before, and it cost a lot of money. I said 149.97. Let's assume you put $500 a month, including your membership, without referring anybody. Within a 60 months, 72 months monthly commitment, like paying a car, you're going to have an appreciating asset. It's going to give you a monthly rate of return, which is something that an automobile will never do.
right,
The only thing outside of precious metals is, yes, buy your house, pay it as quick as possible. It's another asset that you have that you're going to live on.
right.
But precious metals should be something that you should see like making a car payment. And we commit to those things for 5 to 6 years, Dr. G.W. Parker. And I can guarantee you, if I ask everybody, how many of you have paid a car within a 5 year to a 6 year time frame? I guarantee you, everybody's going to say, I have, because I
Yeah,
need to drive. Of course, you
yeah.
need to drive. The idea is having the same concept when it comes into building assets. When you're building assets, have that commitment. That imagine what's going to be worth 5 years down the road, Dr. G.W. Parker,
Hey,
right?
listen, and that's the beauty of it, Fernando. What is it going to be worth? We always talk in MWR about legacy, right? How do you put a legacy in motion? How do you make this thing happen? Well, precious metals is one way that you can do it. And Robert Clay says, please let people in. We got him in the waiting room. We're going to get him up here. Let's see who's
Dr.
still out
GW,
there.
I made him a co-host. Rob
Robert,
Clay, I made
Robert
you a co-host,
Clay,
my friend.
you got the power, Robert Clay. The man that just gave you the keys to the kingdom. You can open the door for your folks. Let them in here. Let them in. But guys,
That's
I
why
mean,
he's
this,
able to see it.
yeah. But here's the beautiful part about it. Listen, I just want people to. But you're right. You made an excellent point where people will commit to buying cars or whatever it might be that does not return anything from the investment. Depreciating assets is what you call it, and that's what it is. This is a tangible asset that's going to appreciate in value and also now put you in a position where you receive a passive income just for you having it, holding it. In a vault that's insured, that's at your fingertips if you want to see it or need to see it. And as I make these profits, Fernando, I'm going to reinvest in silver from my profits. I mean, honestly, I don't care what the profits are. I'm putting it back in and we're going to buy more silver. We're in a
Yep,
contract now. If silver continues to increase by the time this contract is over, that means we've made more money and we're in a position to make even more. We're going to get more
exactly.
than, say, the 69 cent per ounce. So, what happens when all of that stuff starts to work out? And people are catching on and understanding this concept. And I'm like you now, I'm committing monies every single week to this. I mean, instead
Yep,
of going out to dinner or doing something crazy with my money, I'm going to put it where it works for me. I've
exactly.
got other investment accounts, the PRA, the DCA, but this one is different. There's something special about this, man. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this before. This is true passive income, whether you get out of bed or not. This silver is going to continue to grow in value. The payouts are going to continue to come. I think about guys like Randy Christensen, the commitment that he's made. I think about
Yeah.
individuals that I know that started with 1 ounce, and every week they're putting more in to buy more gold. I mean silver. So we've got the chance of a lifetime. We just need people to understand it. They are a lot of people out there that are struggling now more than ever before, right? But
Yep.
here's a chance to kind of dig yourself out of the hole and position yourself for the future.
Yep.
I'm looking at 5 years from today. What does this look like? How much value do I hold in tangible assets, and what sort of return is that giving me? And every single month. I mean, and it's incredible. But I'm loving the excitement I see. All the people that have recommitted themselves to MWR that are coming back in just to get access. I've got people who say, Gerald, I don't want to build a business, but I do like that silver investment program that you guys got. How do I get in? 149.97. You've got to have a membership. Membership on this side has its privileges. So I say let's quit procrastinating. Let's quit waiting. Let's go ahead and put some things in motion. Let's finish what we started. Let's put this company on the map and give it its due. I mean, it's due. I mean, it's truly MWR, in my opinion, is the greatest opportunity that exists on the planet.
Here's what I suggest everyone to do. Christmas is around the corner, right? Get an ounce, and anyone that is willing to give you a gift, like a family member, say, listen, I'm taking $50, $60, okay, as a gift. Give me that as a gift, and you give me the biggest gift of your life. And why do I say that? Is because precious metals, it's the way to the future in regards to now rental agreements. I want you to think about that ounce treated like you own a property, like you own a house, and you're renting it out. See, without the headaches. This is how I see it. I like what Mr. Brian House alluded to the other day. It's like, you know what? I'm giving away some real estate to be able to put this money in precious metals.
Yeah.
Why? Because you don't have the headaches. He made the comparison of $100,000 worth of a property, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. He collects about estimating right where he's at $850. You put that money to precious metals, $100,000. It'll give you $1,000 a month without the headaches. I mean, it's a no-brainer. That's why when they open up the 1 ounce, I says I'm gonna put ounces in, and I'm gonna follow your path, which is putting it weekly. All right, because I'm starting to see those 69 cents ounces, 69 cents
Yeah.
ounces in my back office. And
Yeah.
then I look at the MWR compensation plan. I go, we gotta compete these two. We gotta put these two to compete: the compensation plan and precious metals.
Listen, I'm with you 100%. I'm building my MWR business in order to buy more precious metals. So the more
Yep.
people I sponsor, the more income I begin to generate. I can put that money directly toward precious metals. And that's the beautiful part about it. This is a no-lose proposition, but we're here tonight to talk mindset and helping you
Yep.
position yourself to
Yep.
understand, what it takes. See, it all starts right here. You got to get your mind right. You got to
Yep.
have a level of commitment. You got to want this, and you've got to be willing to put on the blinders and avoid distractions and let those people just get out of your way, or you get out of their way, and you focus on building this business and watch what happens. Watch where you can be. Fernando always talks about a 5 year plan, but watch where you can be in 5 years. Honestly, within 2 years, it replaced my income, and I've
It
done
sure
nothing but
does.
I've done nothing but grow ever since, and it's getting bigger every single day. And this whole push with precious metals has just opened up a whole new world for me. I'm getting people plugged into this thing that would have never looked at MWR, but they want a piece of the action, and they know that
Yep.
the only way they can get it is to be a member of MWR. And the only way they're going to be a member, they got to go through me, you, or somebody on this platform.
That's it.
I own this town. I own it because
Yep.
I'm the only one here that can do it. I'm the only one here that can put you in a
That's
position
amazing.
where you can win.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you heard what Dr. G.W. Parker talked about. It's the mindset. See, Dr. GW, at this point in time, Martha is a witness. I'm working a humongous list of contacts. I'm knocking on doors, doing everything possible. I don't hear no's. And anytime I do make the calls, we made a couple of calls today while we were together, sitting in our car, trying to get to the gym. And then people are saying, I've been looking for something like this.
Mm.
And I'm like, and I think about, why do we always get in the way of our success, judging what people are going to respond? Give everybody a chance, because there's that one person praying for an opportunity. And that's why mindset is important. As you alluded to earlier, gas station, anywhere. I guarantee you, if I go over your list of contacts on your phone, you probably haven't called everybody. And you probably got phone numbers there that you've had for years that you haven't even, called or contacted, because I'm going through that process and I'm cleaning out a lot of people that don't have those numbers anymore. I got about 3,500 people in my contact list. I already cleaned up like 700 easily
Wow.
because I'm really going through those numbers and I'm really going in detail in those numbers. Why? Because this is what we have here, Dr. G.W. Parker. We are in the lifestyle legacy industry. See, network marketing, sales, real estate, all that is pretty common language. Remember, we're the first to market on rental agreements in precious metals. And what do we have? A lifestyle legacy industry. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm a part of the lifestyle legacy industry. I mean, how does that work? That triggers a conversation right there. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get you guys in gear, as you alluded to, Dr. G.W. Parker, mindset. It's not about what works. It's all about what duplicates. So what are you teaching us? A simple way to duplicate simple conversations. We don't get in the way of experts. We have just a simple conversations. Who didn't get excited about hearing the conversation of Dr. G.W. Parker today? I got excited. He didn't talk about, licensed experts. He didn't complicate things. Simple story. That's all you do, storytelling. So participate in your own financial rescue, and our lifestyle legacy will allow you to do that. You can even break the ice with that. Hey, are you participating in your own financial rescue? Oh, what do you mean? How does that work? See, these are things that get people out of the traditional way that they see things and the traditional conversations that they have about paying bills. I'm over debt. I got too many bills to pay. I got to look for another job. So when you do something like that, they pause and they think. I belong to a lifestyle legacy. I'm a part of the lifestyle legacy industry. And let me ask you a question. Are you participating in your own financial rescue? Hi, Dr. G.W. Parker. That just came up.
That's a heavy question. And seriously,
Yeah.
most people will have to pause because they don't have an answer immediately for you because they don't have a plan in place, right? And that's where we are, man. And I hate to see people struggle through aimlessly without finding their place, positioning themselves to win. I mean, you think about trading time for money. Eric Wilner talks about it all the time. It's a losing proposition. You've only got
Yep.
24 hours in a day. Even if you did 24 hours on a given day, you couldn't do it the following day. You couldn't keep up. So at the end of the
Exactly.
day, they win and you lose. There's never enough time in a day for you to generate the level of income that you need to set yourself free. It ain't gonna happen. It's a pipe dream. We've been sold a bag of goods. That 40-40 plan, more like 50-40 plan now, 40 hours a week, 40 years, and they expect you to live off 40% of the income that you were earning when you were working full time. Most people, couldn't make it off 100%. But the key to this thing, I had a conversation with a guy today who was a pastor. People, Fernando, lack the discipline necessary to win in life. I don't care
Yep.
what you do, whether you jump on this train with me or you do something else, commit to it. Go all out. Give it everything you got and watch where you end up when the smoke
Yep.
clears and the dust settles.
That's that's it. And see, these are the things that we have to learn to understand is the opportunity that we have in our hands. It's something that, see, the kind of energy you give to the opportunity, to MWR, precious metals, everything that we have is the energy that people are going to perceive from you. So master the skill of your internal conversation, how you talk to yourself. I mean, who wouldn't listen to Dr. G.W. Parker having these conversations? I would. Why? Because his internal conversation is excitement. He's got a phrase, wrote a book, get excited or stay broke forever. So what do we need to do? We need to get excited and anticipate greatness, anticipate big things happening in your life. We got the best of both worlds now, an opportunity of a lifetime, rental agreements with precious metals. I mean, that to me are two icebreakers to be able to start diversifying your assets afterwards. But with the compensation plan and precious metals, you can achieve tremendous success in the opportunity. So I've been enjoying in the last 3 years and a half walk away income. Think about that for a minute. It took me 18 months to get to $73,000. And you might ask yourself, well, how did you make that happen? Well, I mean, that's all I know how to do because that's what I learned how to do. Think right away. I came from a crisis, losing a business. I had no time to waste. So imagine you're losing a business, you got to start up really fast. Why? Because I am never going back to a rat race. So when you have a sense of urgency, you know exactly what you need to do to make things happen. And I want you to create a sense of urgency and a level of something that you love or someone that you love so much. Let's assume, they're in danger. What would you do? Do you need to get trained to save them? Of course not. There's an instinct of winning that you're like, what? I gotta save my family member. They're in danger right now. I gotta go do something right now to be able to save them. See, that's the kind of instinct you need to have when it comes to MWR and our tremendous platform. So practice consistently on your conversation, scripting with others. So we have to learn to script ourselves. I'm always scripting myself, Dr. G.W. Parker, because when I do have a conversation, I want to sound pretty congruent with my proposition. So if if in my mind I already have we're in the lifestyle legacy industry, that's what I'm gonna think about. Repeat that like an actor, like a singer. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, and then do your role playing. Have you ever heard of the lifestyle legacy industry? No, I haven't. You create that and you script it and you make it yours. You practice, 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 and it's gonna flow. It's gonna flow. All right. So we are in the lifestyle legacy industry. Train on your tonality at all times. All right. Never be afraid of, exposing a blessing. Always have that in your hands. You got a blessing within you. You got an opportunity that is changing your life. See, the only way to see a fruition out of it is you got to act as if. And the more you act as if, the more life you give to it. Act as if all the time. Pretend. Let's do child play. When we want a toy or a Christmas gift, we already see it under the Christmas tree. And that's exactly what MWR is all about. Right, Dr. G.W. Parker?
That's exactly what it's about, man. And we've created a three-step process to put you on track to create the lifestyle that you dream of. I mean, it's the easiest thing I've ever done. The purchase, I mean, of these metals. I go to my back office. I go to Precious Metals. I decide how many ounces I want. I put in the credit card, make the purchase. Then I go to step two, sign the agreement, and automatically once that leasing agreement is locked in real time, you see what your potential earnings are going to
Yep.
be or what your true earnings are going to be from the purchase that you just made.
Exactly. That's how it is, ladies. It's so simple. We don't have to worry about anything. I love to see two things in a platform: our active members and precious metals. So right away, when I wake up in the morning, I go to my back office to see my memberships, and then I go to the other department, which is precious metals. I think about what the future holds. I see it every single day. I don't see the numbers that we have in our back office right now. I see a lot happening. See, but that's the anticipation of greatness. So work your list and grow your list. As a matter of fact, I want to give you a testimonial, Dr. G.W. Parker. I had a conversation with a lady that I just sponsored recently, about 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Yes.
She's about 74, 73 years young, and she's a pastor of a church. Her house is paid in full, and I was able to fix her credit 12 years ago. So going through my list of contacts, I find her. I send her the video, and she goes, Fernando, I watched the video twice. Quickly, I had a conversation with her, and then she goes, I like what I see. I'm busy right now, and I'm finishing a mission that I have raising a couple of kids, that are here with me. And I'll be done in December, early January, but I like to get started. Long story short, she signs up and she tells me, Fernando, my house is paid in full. My next project to pay off is my church, my building. Okay. And then I said, well, that sounds good. So she's thinking about how to pay that off quicker by activating Fundable 360. In addition to, she wants to put money on precious metals. She loved the concept of precious metals because she already sees herself in a complete retirement. But this is what she shared with me last night. I said, listen, I don't know if she's here, but she speaks more Spanish than she does English. And then I said, let me ask you a question. And she goes, what? What do you see out of MWR? And she said, what I see in MWR is my precious metals, at least $10,000 a month coming out of precious metals. And also working my final project that God has given me. And I said, and how much is that worth? $20 million. And I
Wow.
said, when do you see that happening? In the next 2 years. And that's the reason why I signed up, because I saw the compensation plan with MWR, she goes. And that's the reason why I saw how big the money, the compensation plan pays out, because that's going to be a part of my mission on my $20 million project. She sends me pictures, Dr. GW Parker, of her project. She's got 20 acres of land. She says, I prayed to the Lord for 5 acres, and God blessed me with 20 acres of land.
I'm loving it, man. Those are bold prayers, and we've got to walk boldly. We've got to step into it. We've been given the authority, dominion over this earth that He's created for us. We should be in control of everything, in charge,
It's,
dictating the terms ourselves. I want to meet this woman. I mean, she speaks. She's one of us. She speaks my
of
language.
course. Exactly. And I told her about you, as a matter of fact. So here's what I'm trying to say with this. Keep in mind, people are praying for an opportunity. See, you want to get to the nose as quick as possible. You want to get to the nose as quick. Tell me no right now, because I got to get to my next call if you're going to say no. And because of this calls, I found another lady. She owns an insurance company. I spoke with her today, and she thanked me. I fixed her credit when I started back in 2009. She owns a beautiful office. She's from I guess from Israel, and then she's all over the social media space, and she goes, Fernando, I want to be a part of this. Tell me more about it. Send me the videos. And I go and I told my wife, I said, listen, why didn't I call her before? And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you got to get excited about what you have in front of you, because right now, the 23 that are here, inject yourself with this energy, because these 23 leaders that are here tonight getting trained, God has a mission for you.
Mm.
And you can't get stuck on a no. You have to build a list big enough to be able to bless people, because behind the no, there are those people that are praying for an opportunity like this. That's why this training is so crucially important. Okay. So you can't judge anyone. Those who say no now will say yes later. Keep
Yep.
planting those seeds. Think like a farmer. Right now, you got a bag of seeds, which is precious metals and MWR in complete whole. You're throwing those seeds, and you're putting them in the soil that they need to go to. Sometimes it's going to be a dry soil. Sometimes it's going to be maybe a so-so soil, but there's going to be the good soil where that seed's going to get planted. And now that's the fruits of the labors that you're going to be able to see in 2020, 26. So you can't judge anybody. Work on your story and use the story of your team partners. The other thing is work on becoming a testimony. Right now, activate your precious metals. Do it right now before the 30th. I would do it tonight if I were you. So you can position yourself where you don't have to come up with 50 ounces, where it's gonna cost you $3,000. Nothing wrong with that. But if you have access to put 1 ounce, that's gonna save you to start working your way up into 50 ounces eventually, and make that your next mission. That's how we do it, man. I thank Brian House for making that happen for all of us. But anyways, I'm gonna take this off for now, because I want to be able to get back on the conversation, because I think this is more of a conversation than a training.
Yeah.
Dr. GW Parker,
We
any
we
words that you want to
we
add to what
we
we're having here tonight?
we're here tonight to motivate, to encourage, to inspire, and to train. We want to give you everything. There's somebody out there tonight on this platform that may be struggling with building their business, or don't know how to approach someone. That you've got to become bold, and you've got to listen. It's yes or no. And as Fernando said, if you're going to say no, hurry up and do it so I can get on to the person that's going to say yes. Now let's play the numbers game. Let us no, and this is true in network marketing. It never fails. The law of large numbers are always going to work in your favor. What if you knew that you could talk to 100 people, and out of those 100 people, 10 would join your business? And we know those facts. Those are real numbers. So if
Yeah.
that be the case, why are you not doing it? But you know what happens? People will go to those first three people and they'll get turned down. And they say, well, I'll try it one more time. And number four says, no, I'm not interested. It's a pyramid scheme. It's all this kind of crap nonsense that they know nothing about. And then we go home crying. And then we give up. And they'll say, oh, I tried that MWR thing. It didn't work. Listen, it's just like your spiritual growth and the word of God. If you don't work it, it's not going to work for you. You've got to go to work, but you've got to be willing to fight through those no's, because that fifth person that you were afraid to talk to or had given up before you talking might have been the person that would open the door. And I think about it like this. Let's say that fifth person was a mechanic. Nothing wrong with being a mechanic. That's what he does professionally. But he has a cousin who lives in Texas who is a real estate agent. All right. He shows it to him. He gets excited. That realtor happens to be the guy that sold the property to TD Jakes to build his mega church, right? And then the realtor shares it with Mr. Jakes. Mr. Jakes plugged in, who's got access to hundreds of thousands of people across the country, including his own congregation. And he introduces the concept to his congregation, and 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people sign up. You never would see the benefit of it or get to it because you quit too soon. You gave up. You hit number 4 and went home crying. And you gave up on the dream. So now what do you do the next day? You go back to somebody else's job. You pour all of your gifts, your talents into them to help them reach their dream. Because I mean, you're working his opportunity, his dream, and you're one of the pawns in the whole chessboard that are making it work for them. And you're going to do that for the rest of your life and die broke, paid on Friday, broke on Monday, working just to pay bills, living paycheck to paycheck, destined to die broke. I'd like to see how you're going to explain that to your children and their children, because you're to leave an inheritance, right? And you put nothing in place. So they got to start struggling just like you struggle. When is the commitment that is required going to be made by you to win? Now, here's my thing, and I'll turn it back to you, Fernando. As it relates to MWR, this is my position, has been from day one, and I'm holding to it. MWR, for me, is no more than the vehicle that I use to generate the level of income to get on with the real work that God has called me to do. So it's bigger than MWR. I want to be in a position to bless God's people and to move his kingdom forward. I know, and God knows, that I need the financial means to do it. So in the prayer, to God, help me find a way. Help me find a way to do this stuff, that these things that you're calling me to do. MWR shows up as a possible alternative. And sure enough, it has been the ticket that has created the life that I live now. But this is only the beginning, Fernando. The goal is to allow other people to have this same experience. And we all know what it is that we really want to do with our lives already. We all know the number of people that we want to bless. We all know the things that we want to do in our community, the difference that we want to make. All you need is the financial means to do it. And the reason you're not already doing it because you can't afford it. But so now use this as a vehicle to generate the income so you can get on with the work and complete those assignments, those projects that God has given you. Because if you don't do it, then who will? You were put here for that reason. That's part of the purpose. So we got to get on with the work, and we've got an excellent vehicle to help us get there.
Most definitely, and that's the thing that we got to think about. We got to take that with us. And this is what I want to bring to the screen up before we bring we're going to do about 10 minutes of training on the tools that we have that our company has given us real quick so people can see exactly and the leaders can take this with them. See, if you want 1 year of prosperity, grow grain. If you want 10 years of prosperity, grow trees. But if you want 100 years and plus, which is living a legacy of prosperity, grow people. See,
Wow.
this is how this is what we have. And you have a platform that you don't have to even worry about building it from scratch. We have everything. We have everything already set up. I remember as our CEO alluded to, the kind of work it has taken him for us to have access to precious metals. Everything that he had to put himself through, sleepless nights, protecting our company, protecting our legacy, making sure that he delivers on every tool that we need to be able to become successful. We can't take that effort for granted. See, he's done everything for us. This is exactly what we were looking for 3.5 years ago when we actually were looking for an opportunity. We found the vehicle. And see, what you have now doesn't compare to what we had 3.5 years ago. Our company has really transitioned, transformed, putting more money out to pay us. Now an asset to pay us with rental agreements. I mean, that to me is mind-boggling because in 31 years that I've been a part of this industry, Dr. J.W. Parker, I've never seen a compensation plan. Now, having the participations of precious metals rental agreements, we got both worlds right now all taken care of, which is a business that pays you tremendous amounts of money and an asset that builds you a legacy. Just think about that for a quick minute. So
It's a big
I'm
deal.
gonna show. Go ahead, Dr. GW.
No, I'm saying it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And guys, Ron, you're gonna go to the simulator next, Fernando?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna quickly just go over this so people
Okay.
can understand how simple this is, Dr. GW Parker. Go ahead. Were you gonna
Yeah.
say something?
Now I was going to say Ron Samuel has his hands up, and I'm so excited for that
Sure.
young man because I did a three-way with him today.
Please.
If he's got a quick minute, Ron, to share that
Yeah.
and where you are with the business at this moment, while Fernando is queuing up the next slide, guys, I love this. This is family right here. This is what we do. Ron, come off mute,
I'm here, Dr. Parker.
my man. Hey,
My
listen,
man, my man, my man.
before you go further, Fernando, this is why I love this guy. Ron, what is the weather forecast looking like?
Man, it's 100% chance of winning. You already know.
Every day.
Today's forecast, baby. So yeah, I appreciate you, Dr. Parker. Give me a chance to share. So I've been inactive, but I've been active. So I haven't been going through some things, and so I wasn't actively. My membership wasn't active. I wasn't basically tapped in, that way. However, I still was on the calls, still was on the trainings, still staying connected, still in Dr. Parker ear, finally, working through what I'm going through, plug back in. I got, a good friend of mine, someone special, more than just a friend. Actually, she's on the line now. She see the opportunity. Looking and I'm excited to share with her, have her on the line, and also to be able to put so many other people that I've been sharing this with back in front of it now that I'm actively back in position to do so. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you so much, Dr. Parker, for all your help, your encouragement, and I love you, Dr. Parker, man. I really appreciate you.
Listen, I love you too, sir. Absolutely. The relationship that we've been able to build. And guys, it goes beyond MWR. This
Yeah.
relationship that Ron Samuel and I have built over the past 4 years is a lifetime long relationship. We'll be friends forever outside of this business. I mean, I'm telling you, that's what's so much fun about it. That's why we have such a good time because we get a chance, Fernando. Same with you. I've known you for 3.5 years, and it was through this business. Had it not been for MWR, we probably would have never met you, probably would have never met Ron. But as a result of meeting you guys, I have now have friends that will last a lifetime. That's the beauty of it, guys. Ron, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited. Welcome to your guest. Had a chance to speak with that young lady today. And the beautiful part about Fernando, this whole thing, and you say it all the time, when you're in business with MWR, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So all of us are willing to pour into Ron, and then Ron pours into the young lady that he's brought to the platform. And think about the number of people that she knows that haven't even seen or heard of MWR yet. So
Amen.
you tap into something pretty special.
You know what, Dr. GW, I want to give kudos to Ron Samuels because I didn't know that. And you know one thing that I do respect about him? Never misses anything.
He shows up
Shows up to
all the time.
shows up to everything. See, when you got that level of commitment, you know you're getting hit. Life is putting you through the test. But just think about this for a quick minute. Because sometimes we tend to say, hey, I'm gonna step away for a little bit, I'll come back when I feel better. But Ron plugged in because he knows that he needs the energy to keep that fire going when he's going through a tough time. So when you're in that test time, there's a dash right after the test. When you overcome that test, the dash in between test and the next word is testimony. Write it down. It's a testimony. Why? Because you passed the test. And that's what this is all about. And the relationship building is seeing you show up when you don't feel like showing up. But you know that there's something that is going to be said, and you're going to go, wow, I'm so glad that I'm staying plugged in going through my tough moments in life because MWR and our company team partners make us feel right at home. So never plug out. No matter how hurt you are, talk to your leaders and say, listen, I need to have a conversation with you, heart to heart. I'm going through this situation right now. What are we going to do? We're going to pray for you. We're going to encourage you. You will never be criticized by any one of us when you're going through a tough time. That's when we really get to know who you are. And that's when the love and the relationship begins to build. So that's why, Ron, I give you kudos, my friend. And I pour my hearts out, and I'll do it again. That's awesome to hear. Here you go. Check it out. Just for you, buddy. Right there. Look at
Can
that.
I can I
Hey,
can
I
I
appreciate you, Fernando.
Hey, Fernando, you preaching tonight, my friend. That's awesome. But that is what it's all about, man. And I don't think there's any other team in MWR that can display this sort of togetherness, this family, the love for each other, rooting for each other, cheering for each other. And we want everybody on this platform to succeed. And we're not going to quit until you get there. Robert Clay, Atlanta, Georgia, my good friend. Fernando and I had a chance to speak with Robert earlier today.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's chomping at the bit too, man. Robert, go ahead, sir.
Oh man, it's a blessing. You hit home with Ron and definitely with you, Dr. Park. You know, I always call you my spiritual counselor. And it's a reason behind that because I'm blessed to have you in my life. You know, almost my personal sponsor right now. But you know, he hit home when you're going through some things in life. I went through a tragedy in life, but the people in this industry basically saved my life because I stayed plugged in. And as you all know, I never miss a call, I never miss training, and I've been doing
Never.
this for 30 years because I know the power of that tragedy that I had with my father killing my mother. That was a tragedy, but the people in this industry had me reading the right things. They was praying over me. I had people I never met in life. When you talked about Dr. Parker, friends for life, I had people showing up at that funeral that I never met. But through this business, you know, we built a brotherlyhood, a love and blessing and prayers from strangers. And that's one of the main reasons why, like you said already, Dr. Parker, I'm using MWR as a vehicle to build these battered women's shelters in my mother's name. That's my whole purpose. So it ain't no quitting. Ain't no quitting on MWR. Definitely couldn't quit on my God, and I definitely can't quit on my vision. We will build these battered women's shelters starting here in Atlanta, but we will put one in every single state in my mother's name. Her name is Joy. So ain't that the perfect name for a battered women's shelter?
Absolutely.
Joy.
Yeah.
Joy. And it's going to bring joy to these battered women's shelters and also men. There's a lot of men in the world that's being battered and abused by women also. But this shelter going to cater to everybody, especially single battered women. So we're going to build it. You know, I already have people like yourself, even Fernando. That was a blessing what you said to me today, Fernando. Whatever you need to do, you know, hey, you ready to write the check, whatever we need to do. See that vision. I learned a long time ago, people with no vision will perish. Not seeing MWR, not having a vision in life, you can miss out on the blessing for your whole family, and the whole generation behind you can perish. So this is a serious game. This is nothing to play with. We need to learn financial literacy. So like our team, First Dynasty, we're already thinking 10 generations deep. We're not thinking a good man should leave an inheritance for his children. We thinking 10 generations deep. That's our
Amen.
blessing that we're gonna change the world. But y'all just hit some key things to me, but how this industry and the people in this industry and the people on this line saved my life through a tragedy.
Robert, that is profound, sir, and we are committed to assisting you in that effort of building those battered women's shelters. You think about 23 or 25 of us here tonight, and we're all in a position where we're making, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 a month. And we're there for you. We want to help you make that dream a reality. And guys, those are the sort of projects that we can take on as a group. That's why it's so important that we stay together as a family and help each other succeed, because when one wins, we all win.
We all
And
win.
that's what's happening here.
Yep. I mean, wow, Rob, amazing. I see. This is what the stories, because if we have the platform that allows us to be able to bless so many people, why keep this to yourself?
Mm,
Imagine how many more people are out there looking for an opportunity like this. See, it's 25 of us here. Someone had to talk to us.
yeah.
Someone had to become courageous to give us a chance. Whether that person is here or not, it's irrelevant. They gave you a chance, and you are here tonight. See, you're hearing the stories because nothing happens behind the scenes and when you're quiet. You gotta work your list because there's people praying for an opportunity. And I'll mention the lady's name, Julie. That's her name is Julie. So you're gonna learn from Julie. You're gonna hear from Julie's story. And it was a phone call that I made after making so many phone calls, not people not responding. She ended up answering the phone, and she is the one that we're blessing, Julie. So she's got a big project ahead of her that she wants to make happen in the next 2 years. She's 74 years young, and she's still dreaming big. So I guess
Hey,
Craig wants to say something. Craig Lane.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing,
Craig.
Dr. Parker?
doing
Can you
great, Craig.
and Fernando? Dr. Parker, I'm sure you remember me. You have given me some advice
Yes,
earlier when I first, joined MWR.
right.
But what I want to ask you and Fernando, you was going to try to set up a meeting with us, with me, because here in Birmingham, I do have some Hispanics who I network with, because we pretty much in a similar type of business. But their English is not fluent. That's why I want to try to hook up with you, see what you can do to help me with Fernando, if that would be okay.
Craig, that would be
Okay.
awesome. And here's the thing about Fernando, and I'll let him answer you, but I already know what his answer is going to be. He's going to say yes because he's committed to helping everybody win. And that's what I love about this guy. His heart is as big as Texas. I mean, there's nothing he wouldn't do. And I learned that early on as he was growing his business. I mean, the first few weeks that he could have brought 100 people to the table by himself. But Fernando was actually helping other people get sponsored, and it's him sponsoring people and putting them with someone else to help them grow. He wanted to see others successful more than even he did it. I mean, listen, he left money on the table. I couldn't believe it. And there were people within his organization that were generating more money than him, and that didn't shake him. He just kept pushing and kept putting it together and helping people, and has grown the largest Latino platform in MWR, and it's getting bigger every single day. So Craig, whatever we got to do, man, if you could go to the chat and put your number in there, I
Mhm.
definitely want to reach out to you tomorrow and we'll get the ball rolling.
Okay, appreciate
Yep.
that. Thank you too.
Yes, sir.
Got it, Craig. Appreciate you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're about to wrap up, but here are some of the things that we want you to do. You know, you got this incredible tool. I don't do any presentations at all. I use the tools. I pull up my screen, and I like to send videos, but I would rather sit down with a person and do this entire process with them to kind of pump up the screen and then bring up this video here, which is only 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Okay. And if I'm new and I have my tools and I don't know how to respond to any questions, I always go to my sponsor, which is exactly what I did with Dr. G.W. Parker when I started with the business. I have 31 years under my belt in network marketing. I never get in the way of my success. I always delegate to tools and to leaders. I had Dr. G.W. Parker with sleepless nights training our team. He was doing the entire work. You know why? First, I like to be coachable. I'm not the guy that wants to look good and sound good if I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I first need to know who I can count on so I can have people plugging into the leader that I'm following. And he did a phenomenal job. So, the video, real quick, that's what you do. Also, get into the assignment of using the leverage calculator. Do your own due diligence. Learn the entire process of how leverage one works, leverage two, leverage three, and leverage four. Do it yourself. Do it for yourself. I use this calculator many times over before I presented it to anybody. What do I do now? Present the video, and then I present the four leverages and put the numbers in, right? So I put the duplication, start with 3. Let's assume they duplicate to 50%. They're not going to do exactly what you do, but that right there already gives you $600, which is sponsored 12 people, leverage one, okay? And then so on and so forth, right? So if you can use from $7,200 a year and put that $2,000 from 7,200 of the 12 members that you have active, and do that yearly. You see, now you have your second leverage working for you, which is this right here. Now you got precious metals. So I don't want to go in detail. We're giving you assignments. All right. The other assignment that you are given is get your ounce if you haven't gotten it. Listen, if you say you're coachable, you're going to do it. Coachable people do it. When that was pulled out right away, I said, great. I can start with a few ounces. I don't have to start with 50. Now I'm working my way into 50. But I got plans, I got goals to me to be able to get to 50 as quick as possible. But you got a chance to start with one. Next, you can go to your back office and also pull out the compensation plan. I don't know if this is able to pop up here. Give me 1 second. Go to your marketing section of your back office, and this is the compensation plan at whole. Hold on just a second. It's not popping up, right, Dr. G.W. Parker?
Not yet, but it's still spinning.
Okay.
So it's doing the work. There it is right there.
Okay. Master this. Thank you so much, Dr. G.W. Parker.
Yes, sir.
Master the meaning of what a momentum bonus is. Study it. And then you go to the next section, which is, just a second, right here. Right there. The daily pay structure. Daily payments, consistent cash flow, immediate rewards. So see, as you start to click on the pages, you're going to start getting a lot of your questions answered, right? So the momentum bonus, I guess I started in a different area here, but I know everything that is here. Why? Because I took the time to study what all this means. And if I didn't know it, I would ask Dr. G.W. Parker or my mentor or the leader that I'm with. So flow with this, and you can find this in the marketing section of your back office. Now, who showed me how to do this? Myself. Dr. G.W. Parker doesn't call me to remind me, oh, you got to do this, Fernando. You got to do that. No, I'm already ahead of the assignments. Why? Because I love MWR. And anytime we have tools, I like to get to know the tools that I'm going to be proposing to people so they can see how easily I use this. Okay. And what else here? And then right after that, activate your services. Take everything for a test drive. Remember, you can count on other people's testimonials from our MWR family. Start working on building yours. Start clicking on all the buttons that you have in your back office. See, this back office, we all have it. Mr. Brian House didn't say Dr. G.W. Parker is going to get a special back office and a special website. No, we all have the same plain level field tools. But what's the difference is how much time are you willing to put in to activate your services and start really getting to know what you're going to be offering. And the good thing about it is you don't have to become the expert. All you got to do is just make a good use of everything, because you want to be able to get you want to be able to get your business giving you a rate of return. And then right after that, start thinking about other things, but your business and rate of return and activating your services. So that's what I wanted to share, guys. So this same back office that we have here, you have access to it too. And now you just got to work your list of contacts and start grinding. Start grinding and start grinding, because we can't wait to hear the stories of each and every one of the leaders that we have here tonight, where you can say, that night, Dr. G.W. Parker and Fernando really touched my why. I want to do this business. And you go all out, nonstop. Remember, there's people praying for an opportunity like this, and they're waiting to hear it from you. If they don't hear it from you, and they hear it from someone else, and then you show up to an event, and you had that person in mind you didn't talk to, and you're seeing that person collecting all the trophies, you're going to go, I had that person in my list of contacts, but someone else ran with it, and they're having success. So we don't have that team here tonight. The team that we have here tonight is the team that takes a stand, and you work your list nonstop from letter A through letter C. Right after you finish with that, you start meeting new friends, or do both at the same time. Dr. G.W. Parker, I'm turning it over to you, or anybody. If you have any questions, anyone that is here tonight, or something that you're taking with you that you want to let us know. I see a lot in the chat.
Yeah, chat's loaded up. But Fernando, I'll stand in training. I mean, turn more into a conversation. We got a chance to hear from some other individuals. I was looking for my friend Randy Christensen with hope that we could hear from him before we close out, and his level of excitement now. And Randy's been around this business for 5 years, and this precious metal thing has just got him on fire. And so we're excited about that. And God, it's you've got to come up with a vehicle. You've got, if it's not MWR, I say then what? And if not now, then when? We can't keep playing games with our lives and our future. We've got to lock into something that's going to have the potential to set us free. And we know that this does. It has worked and it continues to work and it gets better every single day. The value of this platform has just increased because of what we're doing with Precious Metals. You're a part of a platform that nobody has access to and can't get access to unless they go through you. How does that feel? I mean, that's posture right there. That's strong. So I speak with confidence when I'm talking with people about precious metals and MWR and what we bring to the table. Who is MWR? What is MWR? The greatest opportunity that exists on the planet. And you can't tell me no different, man. I'm telling you, I'm living a life that I dream of because of this opportunity with the potential for it getting better every single day. I am so honored to share this platform with you, man, my friend. We're right on schedule. We're at the top of the hour of 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That would be 6 p.m. your time. I guess dinner's next for you, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I had dinner before.
Okay, good deal.
Hey,
But listen,
I just want to be able to do this, Dr. G.W. Parker. I know there's 22 of us left. Tomorrow we have an event of events. We're gonna have our incredible Dr. G.W. Parker being our presenter. Let's make him proud. Let's work our list like there's no tomorrow and bring 2, 3 people with you. Make it worthwhile that tomorrow's event being an icebreaker, Dr. G.W. Parker being the leader in the foot front to say, hey, you're starting Dr. G.W. Parker. Let's not let him down. Let's pack the place. I want to hear the names called out. Hey, Fred from California, Mike from right? So all the names all over the place, and make sure that we support the platform tomorrow by exposing who we are and where we're connecting from, and also have your guests do exactly the same thing. We're gonna light up the fire because 2026 is around the corner. But just so you know, 2026 already started for us. Wow. By the time January 1st gets here, you should be talking about your story of precious metals and how you became a 3-star executive director and above, 36 memberships. That's what we got to hear in January. If you're not a 3-star, you should close your ear as a 3-star executive director with 36 memberships on your team and precious metals. Those are the stories we're going to hear in January from each and every one that is here tonight connected on this call. Dr. G.W. Parker, I guess we're done for tonight.
Yes, sir. It's been a lot of fun, sir. It's been an honor to share this platform with you, and I look forward to these trainings. So, guys, now is the time. Let's get it done. Let's finish what we started and roll into 2026, as Fernando said, with the lifestyle that you dream of. I mean, put it in motion. We've got a chance to do it with MWR. So that being said, good night, guys. I tell you, one thing I'll ask the group before we go. Let us commit to each person bringing one person next time we do this training. And watch what happens. I'm telling you, it's explosive when you can invite somebody here and they see 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 people. Man, they're going to go tell somebody, man, I was on this platform the other night. There was 100 people there and these guys were excited. You need to come and see this. And all of a sudden we go from 100 to 200, from 200 to 500. It can grow that big. Let's get excited, guys, or stay broke forever. God bless you.
By the way, buy the book. Get excited. Hey, Randy, good night.
Good night. I couldn't get a word in edgewise, but you guys did a great job.
Thank you, Randy. Great to have you here as always.
Miss Howard
You're
says
welcome.